If you've ever wondered how to find the perfect area to flip a property in, well, I've got some news for you. You don't have to waste your time trying to find that perfect area because, frankly, it may not exist. But there are some ways that you can find areas that are as close as you can get to that perfection when it comes to finding a great flip. And I'm going to talk about those today in this video. I'm going to share the 5 secrets that I use when I'm trying to find areas to purchase flip properties in. And I'm also going to give you a bonus tip. So stay tuned. My name is Amber Miller, and since 2008, I have been flipping houses. I am a real estate agent, I'm a designer, I'm a renovator, I'm an investor, and I'm an educator. And today I'm going to talk about 5 ways that I use to determine which areas I want to be purchasing properties in for potential flips. And number 1 is I'm going to be looking for areas that have low inventory. And I know that right now, low inventory is happening in a lot of markets, but for 15 years, this has been one of my top indicators as to where I want to purchase. And what is it about the low inventory criteria that makes it such a great indicator for flips? Well, I'm not just looking for low inventory for flip properties, fixer-uppers, or houses that need work. I'm looking for low inventory areas where buyers want to buy. And what that does is it creates that demand so that I know when I've got that property all completed, the renovations are done and we're ready to list, we're gonna have a lot of interest because it's an area that buyers are often watching and waiting for potential properties to come on board. So that's one of the things I'm looking for. Low inventory, low days on market for homes that are renovated, improved, or in good condition. So then I know that I'm gonna have a list of people waiting to check that property out when it's ready to go on the market. Number 2, I'm looking for areas where homes are going into multiple offers. Not necessarily when they're being purchased as a fixer-upper or a property that needs work, but going into multiple offers when they're listed on the market. Again, same indicators for low inventory. I'm looking for houses that are going to have similar finishes, similar upgrades, similar quality of materials, square footage, bedrooms and bathrooms, and in the same communities that I'm considering purchasing in. All of this is going to be a strong indicator as to what kind of reception and traffic we're going to get on that property once it is complete. And so anything that's selling above list price is something that I'm interested in using as a comparable sale or a comparable property for the one that I'm looking to purchase. Number 3, areas that have older home inventory are often really great indicators of a potential flip success. And what I mean by that is properties that are older in neighborhoods typically are those that might still be occupied by original owners. So those properties aren't as likely to have been updated over the years, or there may be even homes that are older but are smaller that are being torn down and having new construction properties built in their place. That is a good indicator that if I can find a property that's a fixer-upper, that there's a lot of desirability for that area because a builder wouldn't be investing to build these $1 million plus homes in areas where there wasn't demand. So one of the things I'm looking for is areas where there's older inventory. So those homes are likely going to need some improvements or renovations, even if they've been impeccably maintained from a efficiency standpoint for floor plans or from a modernization standpoint. There's going to be a lot of opportunity to put some upgrades in there that are going to help buyers with their wish list by checking off the things that they're looking for, but typically can't find in older homes. And also, older inventory properties are often in locations where people want to live, but unfortunately for a lot of buyers, it's intimidating to think about a renovation as well, especially after you just purchased a property. So being a flipper, you can go in and purchase those properties and solve that problem for them and have them purchase a move-in ready property in an area that they may have been looking for quite some time. Number 4, the thing I like to look for in neighborhoods for potential flips are the school options. Now, it used to be a few years ago there was a marked difference in areas with districts and which attendance areas your house may or may not fall into. What I've noticed now in the last couple of years is that people are tending to look just not necessarily at the public school system where the home is located, but they're looking at the surrounding school options. So things like private schools, immersion schools, STEM education. They're looking for opportunities in case they need to utilize maybe more than one, depending on the needs of their family and their children. So any homes that have close proximity to those multiple options is a definite marketing plus, especially when it comes to selling that home to a potential buyer, and then also for resale for them in the future. That's something that a lot of people are looking towards, knowing that they may, especially if they're relocating, may only be in a home for 2 to 5 years. That's something that is definitely attractive and appealing to more and more buyers. Number 5. What are the growth and business opportunities happening around that property or around that neighborhood? We have a few neighborhoods in our community, in our market, and I'm sure you might have them in yours as well, where there's big employers who, when they relocate, tend to bring their teams and staff into those particular areas. Those are areas that some mimic the criteria we've already talked about, where there's typically low inventory, a lot of education options, and many of those homes may be older, but what they do offer is close proximity to entertainment, restaurants, shopping, airport, commuting options, maybe even they're in close proximity to the main offices that people will be working from. So there's a lot of different reasons why people would look at certain communities, but growth. So I think about areas that I've invested in the past 10 years where traditionally they were pretty low key, but there's been some industry that has come in and just revitalized that entire area. I think of areas where there's all of a sudden now an inclusion of businesses that didn't exist there before. And those things are all a draw for buyers. So if you're familiar with your buyers and you know what they're going to be looking for and you combine all of these aspects, you're going to have an easy find when it comes to the right neighborhoods. You might have to be patient to find the properties because there might be a lot of people looking there to purchase a fixer-upper as well. But I'm going to share one more tip with you that is a great indicator of an area that you want to consider for your flips. Bonus tip. Great way to consider where to be buying flips is look at where other flippers are purchasing properties. One of the tips that I have used many, many times in my career is to go and look and see what other properties are being flipped in what areas. And you can do that a couple different ways. If you know which agents they work with, you can look up the transactions with that agent. If you know the investors, you can ask them where they're buying and where they're finding the most success. And the other thing you can do is simply drive around. Go take a look and see what properties are under construction in different areas, and it'll give you a great indicator of what's going on. Once you have that address, just look it up and see what that property was purchased for, and then keep an eye on it and see what it comes back on the market for as a comparable sale. You may find another bonus to using this strategy is that if you flip in that neighborhood, you'll already have other comparable sales that are also flipped properties, which can help solidify your numbers when you're purchasing a flip. I hope these tips were helpful. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel so you never miss a new video. We release one every single week to help you build, grow, and scale your own house flipping business. Until next time, bye for now.